recently watched Peppa Pig and saw many interesting mistakes. I will start reviewing them with the episode, which is called
Rebecca Rabbit.
It is the end of another lovely day.
Do you see that the window on the left is darker than the one on the right? And also the 2 white dots in it? Well, those white dots are stars. The night sky literally shines through this window as if it were just a flat wall with a window.
Home time, my little bunnies.
In this shot, the dollhouse is missing one wall, but after a short dialogue between the characters, the wall appears out of nowhere. Why did the door suddenly open in that direction, even though in the previous shot, it opened inward? And also, the painting on the right is also hanging in the living room. This family has a very monotonous interior.
Why is Richard crying? He's a bit scared of going downstairs.
I don't know exactly how his phobia of stairs manifests, but in the previous episode, he happily went down the school bus steps.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
And where did the stars in the sky go? At the beginning of the episode, the sky was drawn normally, but the animators decided to ruin everything. And they also turned the moon the other way around.
Are you sure, Daddy Pig?
Are you sure?
We always get lost when you do the map reading.
I think Daddy Pig is opening the door a bit wrong. Yes, he's grabbing the handle, but the handle that's inside, not the one outside. It even looks like he pinched his hand.
Is everybody ready?
Yes, Mummy Pig.
Then let's go.
The map says Rebecca's house is on the next hill.
There is no Rabbit Hill on the map.
Where can Rebecca Rabbit's house be?
This hill is our house.
Something happened to the hill between scenes and it shrank. Maybe because of the heavy weight of the car, a collapse happened somewhere below and someone got buried. But the animal world is cruel. Nothing can be done.
Come in. We have tunnels.
Rebecca's eyes are drawn on top of Richard's ears.
This is our bedroom.
Again, the doors open toward the tunnel.
Wow.
Now the door is open toward the room, and when the camera zooms in, it will close by itself.
First, you have to twitch your nose and squeak, like this. Squeak, squeak. Squeak, squeak.
Ew, it really stinks in here. I can't stand it any longer. Bye-bye, smelly room.
A very interesting layout. I wonder what will happen to all this when it rains. Or worse, if there's a flood like in that episode.
Lunchtime, children.
Rabbit have prepared lunch.
In this shot, there are 4 glasses of juice for 6 people. Maybe the adults won't get any. Just kidding, the children won't get any. They don't have a single glass.
Oh dear, George. I thought you were a rabbit.
Carrot cake.
Watch the magic. Right now, there are 5 carrots on the cake, but when it's cut, there are 6.
School bus trip.
Peppa and her friends are going on a school bus trip.
You can hear Danny Dog barking, but for some reason, the animators didn't animate his bark. He's just jumping and smiling like everyone else.
Peppa on a school bus trip.
Also, I find the interior rearview mirror really funny. It's placed so high that all Mrs. Rabbit can see in it is the ceiling of the bus.
Children, let's check that you're all here. Peppa and George.
Here.
Susie Sheep, Rebecca and Richard Rabbit, Zoe Zebra, Danny Dog, Emily Elephant.
She called everyone by their name and their animal. Everyone except Peppa and George, whom she called only by name. I feel a little sorry for them.
Pedro Pony.
Pedro Pony is not here.
This little string that Mrs. Rabbit pulled wasn't there in the previous scenes. In this shot, you can see that Madame Gazelle has the loudspeaker in her left hand, but in the next scene, it moves to her right.
What have you got in your lunchbox?
Tomatoes.
I've got a green.
Green! That's my favourite colour. I win!
Peppa, what are you doing?
The mountain road is very steep.
Madame Gazelle is standing on her feet at such a tilt without holding on to anything. In principle, if she glued her shoes to the floor, it's possible.
Hooray!
Look at this teleportation. First, Peppa is visible at the back of the bus, then she disappears for a frame and appears at the very exit of the bus, coming out first.
Wow! 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 Wow!
We were clearly shown that the echo repeats 3 times, so let's see how many times Susie's echo repeats. Well, the sound designers just started spamming sounds instead of echo. By the way, Susie's head was pierced by an iron fence.
Peppa loves picnics. Everyone loves picnics.
So, at the beginning, there was a whole scene of Peppa and Susie exchanging apples. The artist drew an apple for Peppa, but apparently forgot to draw one for Susie. And also, look, Danny Dog doesn't have a juice box. He has nothing to drink. But don't worry, it materializes in the next shot.
Ducks don't live on top of mountains.
The ducks are very lucky today.
Danny alone thought there were no ducks in the mountains, so he didn't bring bread. But to not stand out, he pretends to crumble something. George, by the way, has a whole loaf, even though in the previous shot it was almost completely eaten. Maybe he just has magic, and it's not a mistake.
The ducks are eating too quickly.
Goodness me.
Interesting fact, ducks are not recommended to be fed bread. It has too few vitamins and minerals ducks need. Another interesting fact, birds don't burp. Although if in this universe they have a different digestive system, then maybe bread is normal food for them. But still, in real life, it's better to feed them grain.
Everybody has had a great time.
Somewhere between scenes, a couple of fir trees next to the bus were cut down.
Captain Daddy Pig.
There are no steps on this bridge. Considering how steep the angle is, Grandpa Pig would definitely tumble a couple of times while going down.
Are my crew ready?
Yes, Captain Daddy Pig.
I hope my boat comes back in one
Let's
piece.
go! Ring the bell.
Aye, aye, Captain Daddy.
This bell wasn't on the ship before. There wasn't even a mount it could hang on, so they couldn't have attached it between scenes.
I'm a bit hungry.
Hi, Hungry. I'm Dad.
A galley is a boat's little kitchen.
This passage also appeared out of nowhere, just like the bell. I hope by the end of the episode a swimming pool and a minibar appear too.
The obvious place would be
The mop is moving by itself.
everything in the wrong place.
Wow, TV.
It's impossible.
Fun fact, there's an oven installed here with 2 burners, and also there are windows that don't open to ventilate the room. If you add the fact that this room is below deck, heavy carbon dioxide will collect there. So after about 15 minutes of cooking, you'd pass out, and maybe never wake up again. Mummy Pig pretends to bite, but in reality, the sandwich doesn't get smaller.
Delicious.
George is also just pretending to eat this sandwich. Now George's sandwich has turned into a baguette, same as Peppa's sandwich. Where did the filling go? And also, why did Peppa sit on the plate with fruit?
Peppa and George love feeding bread to ducks.
Now they have sandwiches again, and the fruit disappeared.
Stop the engine.
What's he saying?
Drop the engine.
Are you okay, Daddy Pig?
Daddy Pig's body passes through the pole.
Police boat trip.
Grandpa Pig is taking Peppa and George on a boat trip. Polly, please shut up. Your obnoxious yelling is annoying me.
I really wonder how they got into the boat if there's no pier nearby. It's unlikely they climbed in like this off screen.
Grandpa Pig, have you got your mobile phone? Bye!
This lever wasn't in the previous scene. And also Grandpa Pig's leg disappears. Unfortunately, in the next shot, Grandpa doesn't put on a pirate wooden prosthesis. The leg just comes back.
Lovely day to go sailing. I don't know why you bother cleaning that rusty boat.
Grandad Dog was just calmly sailing on the sea, and Grandpa Pig started insulting him for no reason. Yes, it's not a very good example for children, but the rage bait worked 10 out of 10.
This rusty boat will still be afloat long after your old tin boat.
Polly Parrot copies everything that is said.
Polly Parrot copies everything that is said.
George, raise the flag.
This black thing George is turning wasn't there before. And also, to raise a flag, you need an actual flag, which also wasn't there.
Peppa, ring the bell. Can I be the captain?
Okay.
Peppa is standing right above the wheel.
Turn that wheel.
Now Peppa has disappeared from there. And also, Peppa's request to turn the wheel is really silly, because then the ship will turn and crash into the shore. Grandpa Pig is too smart to do that.
Aye, aye, Captain Peppa.
Oh dear.
You silly old bird.
Oh, Grandpa must need help.
The animators didn't even move him. All this time, he's been washing the same spot.
Catch this, Captain!
When straightened, the rope doesn't change its length at all, although it should have become twice as long.
Aye, aye, Skipper!
Grandad Dog.
Granny Pig appeared behind his back, literally in one frame.
Granny and Grandpa's attic.
This window on the roof of the house wasn't in other episodes, and there wasn't a garden either. Although on the other hand, a garden can be dug up between episodes. Anyway, that's not important. Next will be mistakes that contradict this very same episode.
Grandpa's house today.
Bye-bye.
Mummy Pig didn't even say hello to her father.
See you later.
See you later.
I can understand when between scenes the sun moves and grows bigger. It's an object that's supposed to move. But why does the garden move between scenes? Did one of the animators accidentally shift it with the mouse? And what's even more interesting, look at the tree shadows now. The left tree doesn't have a shadow. But in another scene, they added a shadow and overdid it a bit, adding an extra shadow to these two trees. This shadow show gets fixed only at the end, which I'm very glad about.
What's the attic?
It's where we keep all our old things.
Like you, Grandpa Pig.
Shut up, you stupid little pig. I hate your jokes.
Watch this lamp. Now it seems everything's fine.
Granny and Grandpa's
Here you can see it literally isn't attached to anything.
attic is at the very top of...
Now it's gone. And there's also something I don't understand. Even though there are 3 floors with an attic on top, this house has only 2 rows of windows. From the outside, it looks 2-storied.
How do we get up there? Ah!
Hello, my little ones.
Look, the stairs seem to go further upward. But in this shot, the stairs aren't visible.
This is our attic.
Wow.
By the way, this is a very interesting point. Here there are lots of things scattered that appeared only in one episode. For example, here lies that chair Daddy Pig loved so much, and also the exercise bike. All this time, they were just giving away junk to Grandpa.
Oh dear.
This is the shortest music I've ever heard.
This takes me back.
Let's dance.
The exercise bike behind them disappears.
Hello.
This doorbell wasn't at the beginning of the episode. This attic entrance at the beginning of the episode was much closer to the wall, but moved closer to Peppa. Now the record player is behind Mummy Pig.
Tweet, woof, woof, woof. And the cows go baa.
Now it's in front of her.
And the cows go baa. Moo baa, woof, tweet, woof, baa, moo, tweet.
Peppa, what should we throw out?
Everything. Like you, Grandpa Pig. Work and play.
What a nice day for doing.
Thursdays.
See you later.
The angle at which the car is positioned now is different from the angle it was at on the hill in the previous scene.
You can play at home all day.
I'm not playing.
She just entered the room. The computer should have been turned off. Considering the workday had only just started, and before that she was preparing Daddy Pig's things. And also their keyboard is bound so that by pressing one button, you open a game. I'm not sure this is a work computer.
Do you work or do you play?
I'm off to the gym.
For variety, the writers made a character who is a single mother, and her daily activity is the gym. I wonder where she gets her money from in that case. Either it's inheritance or from an ex-husband. Maybe I should make a separate video analyzing theories about this. Write in the comments if you want.
What do you do at the gym?
Jumping, jumping, and jumping.
Look, every time she presses the same button, the numbers Peppa needs appear there.
£100. 1 penny, please.
Don't pay attention to the fact that Rebecca is the same color as Peppa. I mean that Peppa could at least press different buttons.
And print.
Mummy Pig has finished her work.
If you compare this with what was written 7.5 hours ago, it turns out all she wrote is Hunley Wib Golap Roblige. Doesn't look very productive.
You're getting comfortable! Comfortability kills dreams!
We've been shopkeepers.
This episode is about how everyone spends their day, so the animators tried, and the time changes on the clocks as the episode goes on. But do you think the animators also bothered to change the position of the sun? Well, at the beginning of the episode, the sun is on the left, then on the right, then on the left again. Technically, Sun changed position during the episode, but it went back.
Happy Mrs. Chicken.
Oh, that's because George and I have been...
The counter shows 11, although in fact, there are 12 eggs.
Zoe Zebra, the postman's daughter.
The artist forgot to draw the sun in the sky, which was in the intro of every episode.
Mr. Zebra the postman is delivering a letter.
Look, Mr. Zebra parked the car at some distance from the house. Then he threw a letter into the house, and after that, the car ended up right behind him. It's unlikely that was Zoe driving up, although...
Danny Dog, Susie Sheep, Rebecca Rabbit.
Zoe reads different names, while the text on those letters is identical. And don't excuse it as a stylistic choice. Because, for example, in these shots, the text on the letters is not only unique, but even partly readable.
Ah, Peppa and George.
First, a corner of the letter is sticking out a couple of pixels from the door. Second, the brown letter was lying differently.
Just these ones left.
Good.
Now the car not only changed location, but also turned around. Apparently it wasn't Zoe. It's just that in this universe, they invented self-driving cars.
Good. Let's get...
Wait, what just appeared on his head? Some little stone that disappears by itself in the next shot.
Post!
In this scene, Peppa runs up to the letters and picks them up so they're facing the viewer. But after she turns them, they're still facing the viewer. Even the animators realized this was weird and fixed it in the next scene by turning the letter the other way.
This one's for Daddy Pig.
How exciting. Dear Mr. Pig, please pay your telephone bill.
Peppa and George are writing a reply to Zoe.
In this shot, Peppa's hand slightly went through the sheet of paper.
What would you like to say?
Dear Zoe.
Dear Zoe.
Now in the middle, there is a blue envelope.
What colour envelope shall we use?
Now in the middle, there is a red envelope.
The red one.
When Mummy Pig folds the sheet, the text on it becomes more readable. I wonder which animator decided it was only worth drawing out the text once Mummy Pig started folding the paper.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Peppa.
The tree would have interfered a bit with the harmony of the composition, so the artist shifted it, drawing it growing out of thin air. It's literally floating.
That's how the post works.
Oh.
And with so many letters to deliver...
When he opens the car doors, which by the way look exactly like the doors of Peppa's house, half of his suitcase gets cut off.
Oh, amazing!
Can you read it, Mummy?
The picture between her and the coat hanger disappeared between shots.
Love and kisses, Peppa and George.
Interesting fact, it turns out Peppa and George are the only ones who came to Zoe's birthday without a present. That says a lot about their friendship.
The dentist.
Doesn't this room seem a bit empty to you? As if the artist forgot to add something to it. For example, the bathtub, which was there in all the other episodes. Also, the artist made an unnaturally large sun for this cartoon.
Every morning, Peppa and George brush their teeth. Peppa and George are going to brush their teeth.
Look, the sink is filled with water, and George has a blue toothbrush in his hands.
Yes, we're very busy.
We all need checkups to make sure our teeth are clean and healthy.
Now, after a couple of seconds, the water disappeared, as well as the toothbrush from George's hand, and also the dinosaur is sitting, even though before he was standing. I don't think this can be called a mistake. Maybe he fell, but still I thought you would find this important information interesting.
George, are your teeth clean like mine?
Lovely clean teeth. I'm sure the dentist will be very happy.
They removed not only the bathtub that was visible in other episodes, but also the toilet, which was in this very same episode. Have you ever seen bananas hanging in a shop? The world of Peppa is very strange.
Peppa and George are at the dentist's, waiting for their checkup.
Wait, listen closely. They used the same sound for both yawns. They were too lazy to record a second yawn for naturalness.
The dentist will see you now.
She has a sheet with medical documents in her hand. But this symbol is not used in dentistry. On the paper, it's results of an eyesight test.
Open wide, please.
Ah!
Wider, please.
Ah!
Dr. Elephant uses a little mirror to look at Peppa's...
Is that a tusk visible at the edge of the trunk? Why is it positioned in the middle of the trunk?
I hope you haven't been eating too many sweeties, Peppa.
Can I have the special pink drink now?
Yes, but don't drink it, Peppa, because it contains a neuroparalytic poison capable of penetrating even through mucous membranes, blocking the transmission of nerve impulses and causing rapidly progressive paralysis of the respiratory muscles.
George,
George's parents are standing next to him.
now it's your turn.
Now behind him, there's some kind of medical device.
Very pleased to meet you, Mr. Dinosaur.
It's not a dinosaur. It's George.
The cup with pink liquid is half empty.
Hold tight.
Now it's 2 halves empty.
Are they as lovely as mine, Dr. Elephant?
Yes. The polisher, please, Miss Rabbit.
This instrument does not exist in dentistry. I'm glad they don't shove a big spinning roller into my mouth. By the way, imagine someone with real dental problems is sitting in line right now, and meanwhile, they are having fun with the dinosaur.